Hey tech fans, this is Kelly Vasey here with another week of Emerald Hot Jobs, and of course we're featuring the Gem Factor. Still going. Animation and tech over here, still going. All right, so if you've been watching every week, we've been featuring one job, and this week, and actually this month of November, we're going to be featuring infrastructure and some of the engineers on the infrastructure side. So what's the Gem Factor? We rank a job based on 6 gems, and we rank them between 1 and 10 per gem. So at the end, we'll give you a final score out of 60, ranking of how it looks on the Gem Factor. So pay attention. Here comes the next job. So this week's job is the storage engineer. Woo! Moving into engineers. Forget those developers. All right, so for tech stack this week, we're looking at a couple different major storage guys in the field and what this company integrates. So EMC or SANS experience and or NetApp. So I would say if you have 2 out of the 3 of these and you're a storage engineer, awesome. If you have 3 out of 3, even better. They also would look for experience within the Vs. So VMware, vCenter, vSphere, vMotion. If you have experience in data domain or even the ESX range, that would be great. And also cloud computing. And I know that's the big buzzword, again, as we look into storage. Cloud computing, this role is all about that. And they are looking for, if you have really 3 years of experience, up to 10, 15, but if you have at least a few years of, I would say underlying experience there, they'll train you and really bring you onto this team and welcome you with open arms. So overall, for the storage industry, we'd give this tech stack a 10 out of 1 out of 10. So this is great. We'll move on to salary for gem number 2. And this position will pay up to $100K. And this would be $100K if you have 10 years of experience. Really though, if you're starting at 3 years, they'd start you off at like 75, 80K, if not a little bit higher, based on how well you've communicated and implemented some certain projects to the previous teams or the teams that you're at now. This is pretty darn good for this particular, I'd say, niche and competitive to the Midwest market. They also have great benefits here, full gamut, medical, dental, and vision. So overall, we'd rank salary for this job a 9 out of 1 out of 10. Pause. Here we go. So like what you see so far, tweet us at EmeraldRG or email me. But more importantly, the recruiter that's actually working on this, his name is Matt. And there's Matt. So Matt Lopiccolo, he's all about the infrastructure side. He loves this particular company that he's working with. He's actually working with on a few positions for them, and particularly the storage engineers is his passion. So don't hesitate to email him. It's Matt at emeraldresourcegroup.com. We'll get his face off and move back to the tech. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. So next, we'll go to the coolness factor. And coolness, so, I would say this one, again, is maybe not as much about the company being so cool as more so the role. Ownership is huge for this. And not a lot of companies, when it comes to especially a larger company like this one, let you have the amount of ownership that this particular role does. So you're really responsible for the complete operation and management of a large-scale virtualization project. So you're diagnosing, you're troubleshooting, you're resolving. You're also coordinating with the vendors, and you're developing the whole migration process. That's a lot, and that's pretty cool. That's a resume builder right there, and that'll keep you busy for a very long time. For the 3 Musketeers, it's a 3-man team. You'd be the 3rd person coming onto this team. Again, there's a lot to do, a lot to learn, but high synergy is important, and the other 2 guys, awesome to work with. We can say so ourselves. So, they'd welcome you with open arms and excitement for you joining their team. And I would definitely say that there's no silos in this technology. You're not going to be pigeonholed into just only using one type of storage, which you saw beforehand. You have a wide variety to choose from and be able to implement what's best for that company and what you see for this role. So overall, I'd say coolness factor, it's an 8. It's an 8 out of a 1 to 10 scale. Next, we move on to growth. This company is growing beyond means. In the last 5 years, they've moved into the $1 billion range for revenue, and it's hit there and stayed there consecutively for the last few years. So you're able to bring on what's needed and maybe a little extra. It's not out of the ordinary for this company to be able to utilize several different resources and get to play with whatever one you think is best until you really hone in on what is best. And, I would say for growth within the role, storage is storage. You're going to grow more so in responsibility than you are leadership and upward. But you storage guys know that. That's usually pretty routine. So you'll keep a routine set of raises every year that you stay there. But I would equate this to being like a tree. And here's my tree example. A tree's always a tree, right? And how does it grow? It grows taller and it grows more branches and out. That's sort of what your role looks like here. You're going to be a well-planted tree, and you're going to have lots of branches and maybe bear some fruit along the way. So out of 10, we rank this on a growth scale, 9, being that the company's growing and that your range of responsibility is growing as well. Pause for another round of advertising here. You've heard us talk about them. We love them. It's stingraytech.com. They're our video experts, and they help put on the production week after week after week here with Emerald Resource Group. So you like what you see and you want some of this for your own company or for whatever role you're sort of working in, talk to them. stingraytech.com. They truly are the video experts. Next, we move on to flexibility. So this is gem number 5, and I would say for flexibility, again, this is a 9-to-5 shop. In a larger corporation, you tend to see that more, but you definitely can remote in if needed. They have guys that if you're going out to meet a vendor, you're going out to a conference or whatever, obviously you can have a VPN. Vacation also in this role will follow you, so coming in with free weeks from your other job, they'll match it. They value that as well, work-life balance. And so overall, flexibility, pretty standard, but pretty open to whatever may come your way within company. I would say it's a good thing that they're not super flexible and you're not coming in at 11 a.m. Because their business wouldn't be the way that it is today and grown to $1 billion if they were that flexible. So overall, we rank this 8 out of a 1 out of 10 scale. And finally, perks. So perks is the 6th gem. And they have a lot of perks, I would say, for, again, a large enterprise. Free parking is one of them. No downtown rush. No metered fees and getting tickets or your car towed. Heard horror stories, by the way, of people that work downtown and try to beat the system. So none of that here. They'll also assist you in relocation if you're moving from whatever part of town or across country for this role. Being that they're a large enterprise, they sponsor events for you to go to. They're main sponsors for events, and then they'll sponsor your particular maybe group to go and get filled from an industry leader across the country or even globally. And overall, again, can't say it enough, the tech stack is huge for this kind of position in storage. Even Hitachi and EMC, big names within storage. So we'd rank this an 8 out of the 1 out of 10 range for perks. So the moment you always wait for when you watch the gem factor. What's the gem ranking? Boom, boom, boom. 52 out of 60. I think that's one of our highest ones yet. Great role. So if you're not already quitting your job, call us and then quit it. And we'll make sure you get introduced to the whole hiring team and find yourself here. But truly, it's all about making the match here. So if you're at least a bit of intrigued by this, I would say apply, find it online, look for storage engineers on our website. You'll apply, it'll go to Matt, talk to Matt, or you could talk to myself even as well, Kelly at emeraldresourcegroup.com or Matt at emeraldresourcegroup.com as well. And also retweet, favorite this post, do whatever it takes to get the word out about this. This is something worth your time and investing more, and especially, creating a buzz about it. So we'd love to talk to you about it, but hopefully that was enough to sort of, get you excited for the week. I know it's enough for me. I love these, love tech, love making the videos, Stingray Tech. We'll plug it all. Anyways, that's a wrap. That's enough of me. We'll see you next week. I'm Kelly Basie. Have a great one.